Welcome back to A Chosen One Stories. I train mind, body, soul, and I'm going to tell you why I train mind, body, soul. So I'm going to talk about some divine protection, and not everything is what they seem. I'm going to talk about this instance when I was released from Colorado prison into this behavior modification program. It's raining in Tampa right now, and it reminded me of a story that happened while I was there. And this is like divine protection in its own. I remember I was riding a bike and it was raining, and I got so high because I remembered I was in Colorado in the prison system, and I'm riding this bike through Denver, and the rain made me so happy that I came back so happy, like, oh my God, But because I was on that natural high, I was, alcohol test, and I blew, and it said I was drinking, so they put me on Monad. Monad was something you did when you got in trouble, or you got to face the wall, either standing or sitting, depending on how long you're there. But imagine, me in my head, I was like, bro, I know that ain't me. I know I wasn't out there drinking. I know this, I know that, but they weren't trying to have it, man. This counselor here had it already. Oh, you're going back to prison, you were drinking, I'm writing up, whatever the case would have been. But man, there was a dude named Troy. He was one of those counselors. He was a staff member. He told that dude, didn't you just clean that? And the guy's like, yeah. And he was like, okay, let's test it. Test Sam right now. Okay. And when I blew again, it didn't blow as if I was drinking. He cleaned it, and then I did it again. It blew that I was drinking. If it wasn't for Troy sticking up for me, man, I don't know what would have happened. But not everything seems as what it is. That dude was stuck on that I was drinking because I was high on life, that I was out there doing whatever. But if it wasn't for someone else, divine protection. Not everything is as if it seems. Man, let's talk about another divine protection, man. This is in my dope days. So the last picture I showed when I got out of prison, man, there was a dude who was a baller here in Tampa, and he literally, on one of the comments on when I was finally allowed to be on Facebook, he says, man, you used to be the king of the clubs. Looks like you the king of the bathrooms. Meaning, during the rave scene back in the day, bro, if you wanted X for the, I served a lot of people at the raves, but me would go in that, man. I was leaving the club one time, man, and one of my homeboys, so we were driving in two cars. I was hanging out with a dude named Lexus Sam. We were called Double Trouble. He did other dirt and I did my own dirt, but I had a whole bunch of crew, man. One of my best friends, literally, when we was leaving the club, was like, yo, man, you mind driving my car? I don't really, I can't drive right now. I'm like, yeah, man, I got you, bro. Bet. I'm gonna look out. But as this is happening, man, the car that I was supposed to be in got pulled over. Sam, when he drank, he liked to speed, and so he got pulled over. And as I'm across the street and I'm noticing all this, and I said, they're going to start searching the vehicles. And they were like, why you say that? I said, because Sam is legally allowed to have a gun, and he got a gun in his glove box, and they're going to do a search no matter what. And so they did. They started searching that vehicle. Now, mind it, I'm across the street with a bag of a whole bunch of nonsense with work. I had a lot of work on me, and I'm across the street talking about, this would have sent me to prison for a long time if I was in that vehicle, man. Divine protection. I was freaked out, and that's always stayed on my mind, because I was supposed to be in that car at that moment, at that time, and if it wasn't for my buddy being divine protection, I for sure would have got roped off. But there's more stories like this. I'm not trying to embellish certain things, but I gotta tell you the truth on certain things. Bro, I have so many exciting stories of where I should have died or been in prison, but God has been God's grace for me to be here today. And I want to talk about being a chosen one, man. I didn't ask for this, but I accepted it. I went through a certain situation where my reaction would have been death and destruction, but because I chose to do something in a different way, God revealed 1,000 stories with 1,000 explanations, man. I just want you to know, when I revealed the other day about my kidneys being healed, God's grace, almost a day later or something, man, this dude comes up to me in the gym and he's like, man, you making everybody in the gym look bad. Because, man, I get it in. When I say what I do in the gym is different, I promise you it's different. I'm not the strongest in the gym by no means, but athletic wise, because I do full body circuit training to get quick results. So for this guy to come up, but this is motivation. This is a confirmation. This dude says what he says about the gym. I'm like, hey, but now he's talking to me about his kidneys. He opened up to me about his kidneys. I had just released that video that my kidneys healed miraculously. God's grace, confirmation. I was able to give my story to him. Anyway, to me, I've been pondering on that. Like, bro, look at these confirmations. You're hearing all these videos, man. Confirmation after confirmation after confirmation. I mean, man, if you don't believe yet, there's more to come. I promise you that. But what was cool, man, I saw that dude 2 days ago in the gym. He came up to me all happy, and he's like, man, I did 9 burpees today. And I'm like, bro, that's good. I'm going to motivate you. Just me doing what I'm doing. I'm trying to motivate people. I didn't motivate him to do burpees because he's older. But he was so happy to tell me, and I was excited that I ain't going to hate on him like other people be doing. Like, bro, heck yeah, I'm going to be your cheerleader. I'm here for you guys. Hey, so something else about being a chosen, man. How God communicates. I told you about the ear ringing, the dreams, the goosebumps. Like, it's kind of like the Matrix, man. It's in the numbers. And it's in the numbers, it's in the songs, people. And the way I can explain it is like captions. When you look at a TV and you see the captions, when something needs to be broadcasted to me, like to pay attention, it's as if the captions get bolder without being bolder. As if when I'm listening to a song, I need to listen to a certain part to confirm. And I promise you, it happens so much. God has me dying laughing at the way this, like how it synchronizes with everything that's going on. I could be thinking about something, then the song, then someone talks to me about it, then this happens, then that happens. Like, man, I'm just telling you what's going on in my life. I seek knowledge, man. I didn't even know what a chosen one was until it was just happened to show up on my TV out of nowhere when all this stuff is going on. When I was giving those 1,000 stories with 1,000 explanations, man, I literally just looked on TV and I'm like, why does this keep coming up? And it explained it, what was going on in my life, whether it was AI, I know it was God, but if I'm asking all these questions, you know how AI listens to everything, and then that keeps coming up, and then I'm like, so there are people out there who have knowledge about chosen ones. Chosen ones are protected. So when you go against a chosen one, that means you're going against God's purpose, God's divine plan. I'm just saying, I didn't make this up. After doing research after research after research, because I seek knowledge, I seek truth, my goals is to help everybody out there. Anybody who needs help, I want to be there. But don't think I'm just going to be like, they'll make it rain, but I can make it drizzle, my nizzle. But what I'm saying is, bro, your action got to speak louder than the words. I believe in you. Whether anybody else out there, I believe in you. We going to get fit. We going to get that mind right. We going to get that bread right. And I'm here to help. I promise you, I ain't going to be greedy because I ain't ever been greedy. But these are just confirmations, man. And during all this, man, I had to set boundaries. You know what I mean? Some people weren't meant to be in my life, and it's divine protection. God says some people can't go where you're going. Some people will hinder where you're going. Some people will put doubt in your head, but they can't go where you're going. And when I explain this, man, to some people, because I didn't realize what was going on, but I was seeking knowledge, everyone looks at me like, ooh, you crazy? Ooh, this, you that. But I knew something was going on, man. I knew something was already up, because you're going to hear about when I was on trial. You're going to hear how I beat all these charges. You're going to hear how I should be dead over and over and over, or in prison over and over. Like, bro, there's no other way this happens but God's grace. And he's been there. And I am a sinner. I'm here to motivate change. If I can do it, man, you can do it. I promise you that, man. I remember going to Florida prison, man, when I was young, and I remember being on that bus with all these adults. I was the young buck, man. And there was a song that came on. I still remember, man, and I was like 30 plus years ago, bro. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. And it stuck with me, man. I want y'all to know things are gonna get better, man. But that song stayed on my mind the whole time because it made me cry when I was on that bus. I was a young buck with all these adults. Don't be me on that bus. Do better. I'm here for you, and I'm going to inspire change, and I'm going to be here for you guys. I ain't out here. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. Stay motivated, stay up, stay blessed, because I'm here for you.